Ladies and gentlemen, back in the building, community empowerment segment. It's very important that I get people to understand that we got to recycle black dollars. We got to do that. Okay? That's how we build a dynasty. You remember Black Wall Street? Mm-hmm. Oklahoma? Come on, man. Let's get it back. This is how we do it. We do that by recycling black dollars. So with that segment, I'm wearing everybody's stuff. I got on Tariq Nasheed's shirt, his shades, the hat. Tariq, I think it's TariqElite.com, I think, but he'll be here. We'll talk about him and all of his stuff. But it's about supporting and promoting, all right? So with that said, I'm going to bring in a brother that's on the phone right now, calling from Philadelphia, PA. He has a product, and I'm pissed. He sent me a package, and somebody stole it. They knew it was something banging. And look, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everybody to go to his website. So when you go to his website, you're going to see the visual of how incredible this product is, man. And it's healthy and it's good for you. And you know I'm an advocate of health. Let me introduce the brother right now from Whimsical. That's his company, Whimsical. Brother, welcome to the So What Show, man. Welcome to the community empowerment segment. Glad to have you here, brother. What's happening with you?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's about to be crazy, man. Tell them about your product. But what I want them to do is go to your website. Really quickly, what is the website?
So the website is www.mywhimsicle.com. So it's
Whimsical.
Yeah, mywhimsical.com.
Now,
so look,
explain it to them.
Actually, we have it down for maintenance. Like, we do maintenance every week.
Mm-hmm.
And today is the day right now while we're doing it. We actually just came out with 3 different flavors of the pops of our Whimsical. And we're actually adding it right now.
But
so you'll be able to see it a little bit later.
I want them to be able follow this dude on Instagram, too, because he has pictures. You got to see the popsicle.
Yeah, so they can follow me on Instagram. They can go to my Instagram page. It's @_WHIMSICLE. So it's @_whimsical.
And see, somebody knew I had some bomb coming, and they stole it.
Hey, man, it's funny because look, I ship Whimsicals to EST, the Magnificent One, the rapper.
Yeah. EST. That was my record back in the day.
Yeah, that's a personal friend of mine. I shipped some to him, and the same thing happened. When we ship Whimsicals out, we have this box, and you could literally see like a business card, but you're able to see the fruit. So the same thing happened with your package and his package.
It's crazy.
So yeah, it's crazy.
But this is what I want to say.
We'll make sure you get some.
You're also sending this stuff out to a lot of professional athletes as well, right?
Yes. So actually next week, I was trying to send him some for the overnight tonight, but he actually won't be home. So Beasley ordered some. I actually sent some to Derek Anderson. There's a lot of other people that I send them to. I actually did Kyle Lowry, he played for the Raptors, and I did Malik Wayne.
Hey, man, this is
Malik Wayne's played for he played for the Clippers. I did all their summer camp.
See that? So this is a reputable business. This is a cold situation. Right. I'm urging everybody, call to action, go out, support, participate in this brother's business endeavor. Hey, man, I really appreciate you calling us. Thank you so much for reaching out to the So What Morning Show community empowerment segment. Now let me move to my brother right here.
What's up, man?
Man, y'all don't know this, but when you tune into the show every Tuesday, this young brother is the one who created the graphics and the design for the show. He's a cold piece of work, man. 25?
25, yes, sir.
Just young, just shit. Barely pissing straight, the whole 9. But he's doing things in the world. I've hooked him up with everybody I know in the entertainment business so he can get work as a graphic artist. What's the name of your business?
Crispy Design Graphics.
Where can they see some of your work outside of the So What Morning Show?
You can go to www.crispy, design-graphics.com.
Right. And like I said, this dude is cold-blooded. He does a lot of graphic works for us as far as imaging and video and editing. The dude is cold-blooded.
And photography, too.
And photography. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a cold piece of work. Please follow him. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Cool Guy P, and Twitter C Purnell 45, and Facebook Chris Purnell.
Hey, that's what we do. The community empowerment segment. If you have a business that you want to promote, I'm going to promote you for free. Somebody holler at me. Email me 2319ZO1@gmail.com. 2319ZO1@gmail.com. Get at me. I'll promote your business if it's the flyest.
Can I do one more plug?
Yeah, you can.
The hat that I'm wearing, For Society, is a lifestyle brand that I started with 4 of my friends back in Philly. We're branching out to LA, going by Coastal. So you can catch us along with, crispy design graphics at forsociety.com. That will be launching first quarter of 2014.
Absolutely. So Philly was in the building strong today. We had Whimsical,
baby.
and then we had my man Krispy Kreme. I appreciate everybody for participating. Please go, call to action, support these brothers. I'll be back in a few minutes to start another riveting, oh God, it's going to be so crazy today, topic when I come back. So What Morning Show, we'll be back in a minute. Deuces. Ladies and gentlemen, the So What Morning Show is back in the building. Jeff Brown.
What?
So, sometimes I be wanting to give up on you completely.
Why?
You listen, you were doing really well for 2013.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, we had a little hiatus, a little interruption.
Okay.
And it's taken you a while to get back into radio form. What's...
Well, for one thing,
normally, you remember when you first started the show, you would come with a suit and tie on and shaved. Now you just Grandpapa Slappy up in this mug.
Wow.
Right
I got a T-shirt on? 'Cause I got a T-shirt. I'm letting this grow, man. I'm letting it grow. How youngsters supposed to know where to get knowledge if everybody dyed their beard black?
Oh, you saying if you don't shave, you look like a youngster?
I know. I'm saying if I don't shave, I know youngsters can come figure out. Okay, they can get good advice like beware of the fish that jumps in the boat, like that.
Wow.
So you can't get that. You don't learn that at 25. You don't know that.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, another riveting topic. I'm going to give out the phone number right now, 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial. Today's topic, if you're just tuning in, I'm not going to give it to you right now.
Plus, I'm back in.
Because everybody's in the building. I want to introduce everybody. I'm going to start with the ladies. Christ alive.
I love ladies.
Yes. If we're going to bring in some ladies, we have to bring in quality women.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Come on. No
women that can hold their own in the lion's den.
No gutter snipes.
With these untrained, untamed male lemurs from Madagascar. Starting with the sister.
Everybody shut up now.
Starting with the sister. I haven't seen her in a long time. Old school foxhole teammate. Beautiful, intelligent. Listen.
She sure is.
She went to Chapel Hill.
I don't know where she been, but I know where
I'm
she
talking
at.
about the university. If you say Chapel Hill, you already know what the university is.
Amen for
Heels.
Amen.
Come on, the Tar Heels. This is a smart woman, man. Educated, beautiful, intelligent, the whole 9 yards, man. Hey, Brandi Magee from the Foxhole fame is in the building. Welcome.
What's up, everybody? Hello, Zoe. Good to see you again.
Man, my pleasure. Jesus, Horatio Christ, she's beautiful. Get a camera on her immediately.
It's a reunion.
No, very happy to have Brandi in the building. It's going to be a great topic. I want everybody to participate. Again, the phone line is 323-965-1600. Now, UCLA educated, author, men's advocate, don't take no shit, and newly engaged.
Yep. Yeah.
DT Linda Gross is in the building for yet another round of the So What Morning Show. DT, welcome.
Thank you for having me again. Love it. Love it here.
What's the name of the damn book again? It's a great book.
The Caveman Formula, found on Amazon.
The Caveman Formula for what? Should we bust them upside the dome for cutting up, or is there a better way?
Y'all can say what y'all want to, but she got a man. A man came up in her cave.
No, but that's a man done came.
She fooled a man on in her cave. She got one.
No, I'm saying, DT, the Caveman Formula for what? What do we need this formula? What is it for?
We're here to teach men how to master women.
Wow.
Oh, man. I thought
Is it possible
It's possible.
for a woman to teach a man how to master them?
Yes.
Should we start a new topic? I don't know. No, it's her book, The Caveman Formula. You should go out, participate.
Ryan's going to pull it up on the screen. Yeah, he has it
Absolutely.
on the screen.
Show it to these beautiful folk out here. And to my immediate left, far left, the man, the myth, the author, the Mac. He's a G by definition of what it means to be a G. A real G.
Slaps a pity on the running kind.
What?
Pootie tang.
He done pootie tanged him. Don't pootie tang the dude. Anyway, everybody loves this brother, respects him. If you don't love him, you gotta respect him. If you don't agree, you know he gonna come with some jewels, some information, some research, some backing what he's talking about.
That's that dude.
That's that dude. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, King Flex, Tariq Nasheed in the building.
What's up, family?
Yes, sir.
Chilling. Back on the Zo What Show.
Come on, man. You know how we do.
About to spit this hot fire with the family. The man's a fly. The ladies are lovely.
Yes.
I'm turned the hell up.
It's turn up time, right?
Got to run your Damien on the panty style up in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest slave masters in recent history has joined us after a long hiatus. One of the fairest slave masters runs his... Go ahead.
Good white folks.
Good white folk. Ladies and gentlemen, Whitey Locks has returned to the Zo What Morning Show. We love him. We appreciate him. We respect him. Author of, don't get it twisted, Get Out of Your Own Way. Now, I have this book. He gave it to me. This is an incredible book. For the book list lovers out there who, you know, want to participate, you have to get this book. You know, we make fun of Dr. Mark Goulston because he can take it. He's stronger than all of us, and we appreciate him being on the show. You got to support his work. Get Out of Your Own Way. Yeah, he's stronger than you, Jeff.
I don't know how many push-ups you do, though. I'm back in the gym now.
You got rid of the man,
that's
baby?
Why I ain't got no shirt on. No. I'm just in the first trimester now. I'm no longer. You can't see the head.
He's also the author of Just Listen. This is a book that Jeff Brown claims to have read.
Yes. That is great reading, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff. I don't believe that you've ever read this book, but that's okay. You got to support the doc. We appreciate that. And also go to my website and support my book, The Rebirth of Seeds. IamZoeWilliams.com is where you can order it. The Rebirth of Seeds. Please participate in the movement. And of course, we have T-shirts and everything. I'm wearing Tariq's gear today. But, you know, we want you to support everybody. This is what we got to do. We got to recycle black dollars, right? Brought to you by Pit Bull. If you drink energy drinks, go get a Pit Bull. It's the best tasting one. But I drink them no more. Sorry. I had to get rid of the man baby as well. Okay, so please support, participate. Now that that's all out the way, let's introduce this most controversial topic. A lot of women, Claudia Jordan, and a few others have been like, damn it, Zo, don't blame us today. Right?
Damn it, Zo.
I've been getting it, you know. Rise of the Radical Him-menism movement. Has radical feminism given birth to a bastard child called Him-menism? God damn. What the hell is Him-menism? Well, we do know that there's a men's rights movement, right? That's growing, right? A lot of men are starting to feel like victims. Is that gay activity? You know? Because I'm just saying, culturally and socially, men can't hurt. We can't show that we hurt. You know, we can't show any weaknesses. So is a man saying, hey, we've got rights, damn it. We're being marginalized, minimized. This is some bullshit.
Is that part of the slow pussification of the...
is that an effeminate man? 323-965-1600. Somebody call me. I have questions. You know I do. Well, first off, let's define Him-menism. Is it the act of hating, degrading, and or putting down a woman? Or putting her in her place? You know, men like to, hey, I'm making a lot of bread. If I make the bread, you got to give up the head. Right?
You got to give up the head if I'm broke.
You got...
I ain't worked in 6 months. I sure would like some head.
Oh, God. No, but Him-menism, I think, is a type of retaliatory thing that's going on that men are doing. Men are starting to lash out. There's an author out there who wrote a book called Men on Strike. talking about the disparity in the legal system where it's just not a good deal for men to get married anymore. Too much to lose.
It isn't.
Somebody call us, 323-965-1600. Can a feminine cultural zeitgeist recondition masculinity in a way that teaches us to better appreciate and respect women? Are we living in a feminine zeitgeist? We've got women here. Maybe they could shed some light on. I've got questions.
I've got questions, damn it.
323-965-1600. I'm just saying, you say it all the time, Jeff.
What's that?
If America has a cold, what does African Americans have? What do we have? We got AIDS. Right?
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Whatever America is suffering with, black people are suffering with 50% more.
Somebody call us
Name
right
it.
now. Why is there a need for a men's rights movement? Are ideas like women are in dire need of male leadership because of their emotional makeup? Right? Are these still relevant questions? Huh? Are women poor leaders because they're too emotional? Let's think about it. If we're living in a feminine zeitgeist, does that mean our sons are being overly pussified? Think about it. 70-something% of African American women give birth to children out of wedlock, right? So that would mean some pussification is going on if we subscribe to that idea, correct?
we do.
Somebody call us, 323-965-1600. I don't know if I've offended you enough. I have more questions that are really, really ugly.
We got a wild card coming that we're pretty sure will
No,
take care of that.
I'll wait for it. Let's field some of these questions.
All right.
I'm going to start with Whitey Locks because he's been missing for a little while. Dr. Goulston.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a male stripper.
Right. Just talk to me about men feeling this way, like the need for a male rights movement. Do we have some grounds, or are we just being wimps? Talk to us.
You know, it's interesting. I'll ask all the men in the room. When you're getting into an argument with a woman, do you think what you're saying is I'm right and you're wrong, or do you think what you're saying to them is I'm not wrong about everything? Because I think what the men are really saying is I'm not wrong. You know, they don't say it that way, but that's what they feel, is that they're wrong. Nothing they do is right. What they're thinking is wrong. And so and when I ask that to men, do you think you're saying I'm right and you're wrong? A lot of men will say, no, I'm not saying that. She's just attacking me and telling me that I'm nothing. And I'm just saying I'm not wrong about everything. I am not a loser.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm right.
You're in the way of the doctor.
He's
it's
put
white
a
time.
question. He put a question out.
Hey,
If it's rhetorical, I'll sit still.
It's rhetorical, Jeff.
Okay, then I'll shut the hell up.
But I'm going to take it a step deeper. One of the things that happens with a lot of women is when women's kids overwhelm them, it brings out an angry streak in the woman that the woman doesn't like to have towards her children. It makes her feel like an angry, abusive woman. So what that woman does is she tries to not get even crueler or meaner towards her kids because it attacks her being a loving mom, and she's waiting for her husband or boyfriend to come home, and then she lays into him. No, she wants to displace all the anger that she's feeling towards her kids on him because it scares her when that kid won't mind, when that kid won't do what he's supposed to do or she's supposed to do. They let some of that out, but then they hold it in, and often what happens is the man comes home, he's like kind of Bambi, you know, and then this is the hunters, and then what happens, and push back. But I think what happens is the man just walks in and says, "Hey, I'm home," and what I'm not saying all, but a lot of women who don't want to, who are very uncomfortable feeling that angry towards their children, will then deflect it on him, just to get it off their chest and away from the children.
Okay, Lonnie.
Brandi Magee.
I'm just, you guys talked about the pussification or the wussification.
The wussification.
No, it wasn't
The fact-
wussification. I used the P.
I said pussification or wussification, so whichever one works
Check
for you.
him.
Wussification.
Okay, so
Wussification works.
the fact that you said you're Bambi walking in the door, I mean, if that's not a little bit of wussification right there, I don't know what it is. It's like that's a little bit victim too much. Okay, I mean I understand that maybe.
No, I think he's saying that he's coming in the door neutral.
Innocently. That's what he meant. I think
you're coming in the you know. I know Bambi screws things up because Bambi is a male, but everyone thinks Bambi is a female. So I
because
Bambi is a male, but it's still very soft.
You know,
Lion King.
You got sisters in the room. You should have went with Simba. You could have went with like a lion on the Serengeti that doesn't know it's playing the hunt game.
Yeah, pardon my metaphor.
But listen, even speaking to what your intent was with that, which is to say that, I'm just simply walking in completely unawares of anything that this woman has had to deal with, I think too is a little bit off base. I mean, it's difficult for me because I don't have children, and I'm
wow.
Yes, it happens. I don't have children.
She ain't got no kids.
I don't have children.
She fine and she educated.
She is fine as monkey baby hair.
Okay.
But Brandi, by the same token, maybe the guy had a horrible day at work, but he doesn't walk in the door on the first 30 seconds.
Bitch, where you at? They finna fire me. I'm whooping your ass. No, we don't.
So, I understand.
Saying, the horrible day that he just had. I mean, he's there to chill for a few minutes before.
Well, let me wait. I'm going to ask everyone in the room here. How many of you? Because what I'm saying is, inside most reasonable people, there's a level of anger that where we don't want to get angrier. There's a level, to go into that rage is kind of scary to people. One of the reasons people, by the way, especially men who aren't that good with words, they'll walk away from an argument. They don't want to get angrier. Because if they get angrier, they could say the mean and cruel thing that can't be taken back. So I just want to ask any of you, how many of you have reached that point? You could say, I better just shut down now because I'm just going to make this far worse than it is.
Can I say something to add to that? That is a great question. We should field it for the callers as well, 323-965-1600. But I've also had women tell me that I'm a bitch for walking away for that very reason. Like, hey, I'm getting heated. I'm not good at arguing with you.
There's a reason for that.
So I'm going to bounce.
I saw
right? You're a bitch for bouncing.
May I address?
Wait, let me finish.
Everybody want to finish.
I saw a couple not too long ago. I saw a couple just like that, and the guy gets up. He says, "I've sort of had enough of this," and he walks out. And she says, "Just like him to run away,
pussy,
and not deal with it." And I swear, as he's leaving the room, if looks could kill, he looked right back at her, and then he looked at me, and he said, "I'm leaving before I get angrier." And it was a look that was just so penetrating, it just stopped both of us in our tracks. So he was actually leaving to protect her from what he was capable of saying in the heat of rage.
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Here's this nutshell. You see his brother right here? See his brother right there? He's 6-something, 2-something. Let's just start with 5-something, 1-something. Shouldn't be fucking with 6-something, 2-something at all. But the point is this. I respect this brother because he respects himself. Okay? I am not going to jump up and say something foul to him because that might not be the end of it.
Right.
I might get some wall-to-wall counseling if that happens. Okay? Women use often the fact that you cannot do that to me, so I'm going to go further.
Manipulation, pushing you.
There's no physical consequence to me saying that you a bitch. Now, if you was crazy, Charles, that nigga that'll whoop your ass in front of your daddy, he don't have them problems.
Oh, so they do it because they know they could get away with it.
Because they know that there is a spot you won't go.
Tariq Nasheed?
Let me break it down.
Tariq, please.
All right. On a street level.
Put the pimp sauce on it.
Yeah, let me put the pimp sauce on it. We live in a system of capitalism. Capitalism is, on a basic level, the pimp hoe trick system. Meaning that the pimp, the capitalist, they want to make money off the tricks and the hoes. Us. And in relationships, they treat relationships like trick hoe relationships. When you get a divorce, the pimp, the court system says, hey, trick, pay her for her services. Back in the 1960s, they figured out that half the population, the female population, they weren't really paying taxes because it was the man who was the breadwinner. So they said, okay, we'll fund this women's rights movement, get women in the workplace, give them rights and give them equality, and we'll back that equality over men.
Tax them too.
We'll tax them too, and we'll back them up if they want to talk greasy, get buck, put their finger in dudes' faces, we'll lock them up because we'll still make money off of them. So we have to look at it from that perspective. They have the backing of the system. This is why the child support system is slanted. Like a female can go and say, hey, he had that's the father of my kid. If she's lying, there's no punishment for her.
Right.
So that's the trick hole system. So we have to understand how all of that works from that perspective. And that does give men a pussification type of mentality now, because a lot of men have to bow down and a lot of men feel castrated. And in the black community, we're double castrated, not just by the women, but by the system of racism, white supremacy.
Wow.
So it goes deeper with us.
Wow. 323-965-1600. Callers! Holler at me right now. We've got somebody on the line right now. Caller, tell me your name and where you're calling from. You're on.
Hello? Hello? Do you hear us talking to you? Bye then.
Hell is low. Hello.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear
sir.
17 people right now. Hello. How you
Okay.
guys doing?
I didn't know. I only listened to the show from calling in, so I couldn't tell whether it was me or whether somebody else.
Got it.
All right.
Well, what's happening,
What's
brother?
going on, man?
Oh, no, I'm just listening to the call-in, and I can identify with a lot of the things you're saying, but as far as a male movement that's needed to combat the weird feminism or the things that are going on out here, I don't know if there needs to be a masculine movement, but I think that guys just need to step up and quit catering to the bullshit that women dish out.
Go
A lot of
deeper.
the
What do you mean by
ass-kicking
step
guys-
up? Go deeper into stepping up. How? Give us some examples of stepping up.
You can look at it. I mean, there's a lot of guys that run from things. Like for instance, with me, we're going through a divorce, and a child support system hits you, as well as you have the woman might still be living in your house and still getting money from you and stuff like that, but she's getting a free place to live, and then the courts are asking you to pay her while she's still in your house. You know what I'm saying? And they use fake addresses and do all types of stuff to get this out of you. A lot of guys just dip. Like my father just bounced when he was going through stuff with my mother. But I think that guys sometimes can step up a little bit, and you got to fight that battle, that financial battle, and stay there and do that stuff, as well as just use the court system just like the women do. A lot of things that women use to abuse men in courts, the men can do too, but men don't have the mentality to even push those limits or take it there.
Well, let me just say this, brother.
Be smarter and do that.
Let me just say this. I appreciate you taking the time for hanging on and calling in. We appreciate it. The number to dial is 323-965-1600. Thanks for the call. Brandi Magee just doesn't sit well with her.
You know it doesn't sit well with me. I'm going to go deeper. The thing that isn't sitting well with me is, thank you. The thing that doesn't sit well with me is that it seems, the way, if I didn't know anything about the society, if I was an alien and I just listened in on this show, I would think that there was this culture of these Amazonian women just beating and pushing men around and telling them what to do. And it just seems like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what relationships you guys are choosing.
It's
what I'm saying? Perhaps you should look at the choices that you make in women, because I know for a fact that there are women that are out there that are reasonable, that are willing to sit down. I do hear somebody too, that are willing to sit down and have a conversation with you, and kind of work through things. And if you're still getting up and walking away, I do think that's soft. So I mean, hold yourself accountable for something at some point too.
Absolutely.
I love it.
If you're showcasing your money to get women, and then you get a chick,
you get what you get.
You hit it, you knock her up, and then she comes after you for your money, well, whose fault is that?
Yours.
That's right.
Absolutely. If you got that kind of money, I put it this way. If I have the kind of money to parking lot pimp on that level, to make a woman think that you should be screwing me for my money, what you have to put in perspective is that there's a road that goes with that. There's a road that you have set yourself down. Now, white guys go down this road, but they go down a little different, where they'll tell a woman, a hitman is cheaper than fucking with you.
Is that what they do?
Much cheaper. $22.5, and you'll be on a milk carton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take a quick break, and when we come back, legendary comedian Corey Holcomb shall join the fray. We'll be back at 2.2. So what morning? Holla!
The Quiet Storm.
Gentlemen.
The Quiet Storm.
Succulent ribs and white girls.
Oh, God. So What Mornings back in the building. Does the code of chivalry institutionalize feminine victimhood? Oh, Jesus, that's a tough question. Is radical feminism a doctrine of hatred and violence towards men? Has feminism made the court system biased towards men? Tough questions. Need to be answered. Somebody call us right now, 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial. Really quickly, Dr. Mark Goulston, Tariq Nasheed, Jeff Brown, Bobby Glanton-Smith is in the building. Brandi Magee, Linda Gross, and none other than famed comedian Corey Holcomb.
What up, motherfuckers?
In the building. Oh God. Hey, let's just get right to it. Do we need a Him-menism movement to combat the perceived attack on men in American culture?
If we have a Him-menism movement, the problem is too many dudes will infiltrate the movement and turn against the movement because you have a lot of coochie-starved dudes out here.
A lot of panderers.
Will sell out the movement over some ass at the drop of ass.
The cats that
we got to be very realistic.
There are cats that suffer from what I like to call OPC syndrome, okay, which is the outside pussy chant syndrome. There are cats who will paint your house, wash your car, fix your cable on the outside chance that you might fuck him. And it's them dudes. It's them watery dudes right there.
Exactly. And they're the main ones who will talk all that, yeah, man, fuck these bitches. We need to go to the court system. And then at night they be laying on their stomach. Hey, boo.
On their stomach?
LOL.
Kicking their feet.
Yeah. So you have dudes like that who will infiltrate the movement, who will just mess the whole movement up. And we got to be realistic about that. A lot of dudes are just not sexually disciplined enough to create or maintain a movement.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. Sexual discipline is a good point. Yeah. And that leads to weakness. Has the black man become the weaker sex in American society?
Are you kidding?
So I don't think
I'm just asking questions.
So I don't think we need a Him-menist movement.
You don't think so?
I think we need balance. I think we need discussion, because back in the day, just like you can't have a women's lib that oppresses men, which is what has happened in the last 40 years, you cannot all of a sudden have a men's movement that oppresses women. And actually, we're in that mode right now, where men are disconnecting and they are oppressing women. They're becoming pimps and players and liars and cheaters and whatever.
Corey Holcomb has something to say.
That is a form of oppression.
Pimping just started.
The original liar is the woman, and she continues to lie her way through life. And now, I'm just saying, and now the offspring of wretched club bitches rule the street.
The
offspring of wretched club bitches are out there in large numbers. Brothers used to have to worry about the police and stuff like that. Now you have to worry about these misguided children that was raised by a woman who her backup comes from the court system, and the children are trained against the man.
Are you saying
yes
that hold on. Are you saying that a woman cannot raise a balanced child on her own without the help of a man?
What I'm saying is, because diamonds are a girl's best friend, they don't care that the person who is giving them their power is destroying the community. They are still willing to go with that because they get the rewards.
Absolutely.
But what about what DT said about balance? This is what I think.
There can never be balance unless the person who is in power, who should be in power, is in power. The people in power now are evil. And women are like, well, fuck it, they in power, so we running with them.
So you saying whoever got the power, they got the women.
Right, so we don't have to worry about the women necessarily, because they will follow whoever is in power.
Dr. Mark does not agree with you.
If I got money at the club, I got power. I can fuck most of the bitches in the club, and I know motherfuckers don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. Whoever is in power, that's who the women will follow automatically.
Good or bad?
Our war is
So I
not
can
with,
be a devil worshiper, but if I got power, it's
our war is not with the women. It's there are resources. Our
Maybe you
war,
want some more Lucifer Jews?
right? Our war is with the people in
Lucifer juice.
power.
Absolutely.
They'll follow behind once we get our power back.
interesting. You don't agree either, Brandy, do you? I see you looking.
He's
so-
steaming.
Yeah, I just think it's all ridiculous.
Her talisman is glowing.
You're upset that a woman can't raise a child properly by herself. Well, why don't you take yourself home and raise your child too?
Okay, here's the reason.
There's a reason a lot of black men aren't in the home.
I'm sure there is.
Do you want that answer?
I'm sure there are.
Would you like
you're
that
gonna
answer?
Give me an answer.
Wretched
Yeah, go
club
ahead.
bitch.
Absolutely. Okay. Institutionally, as a concept, the black man was financially and socially run away from his home as a start. That was a catalyst.
So wait, Jeff.
Now, this is coming from
this
the
is
dude
good. This
that's
is
got-
good, Jeff. This is good. Let me just ask: are you saying, institutionally, that black fathers are second-class parents in their family?
Yeah, because he
lives? Is that
gave
what
a
you're
fuck about his family,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he tried to be with his family.
Thank you. Now, let's go into that.
I just wanted to clarify.
Thumbnail sketch. I have 50% custody of my children.
That's
I went back to
fantastic.
court, and I had to fight on this level. Here's what happens in court. The woman, they go, for what you want, ma'am, you just solve this 50-piece puzzle. Sir, for what you want, you are going to have to take off, fly, and land the space shuttle, and it leaves in 20 minutes. Now, you can either bitch and complain about it's unfair, I'm afraid of heights, or you can get in your car and read a manual on how to fly the fucking space shuttle. That's what I did. My child support payments are now $16 a month, 1/6. To put that in perspective, if I get that bitch a 20, somebody owe me $4. I did not get there. I did not get there because the court system was fair. I got there because I was willing to run the gauntlet for my children. And what black men have to get out of their mind is fair. Ain't shit fair for you.
Exactly, and black women have known that for a really long time.
And
We've been
used
flying
it for
space
a very
shuttles
long-
all over this place for a really long time.
Yes.
So
Go ahead,
I'm
Brandy.
happy that you
But some
finally
of you-
stepped up
you
to
see-
the plate. So
you
go
see
ahead
how
and do that. I'm happy about it.
You see how the mic is
Congratulations.
still and your neck is not? It is that energy. It is
okay.
that
I said
energy
congratulations.
that has told that is that energy that has turned many of you into over 40 highly paid, very intelligent cat farmers. Okay, a cat farmer is a person who has a lot of fancy feasts and a lot of D batteries, but no dude.
But
Okay.
it's
Okay.
I don't.
Right there, that's right.
Hey,
Your
hey,
neck
but
is
Jeff-
rolling just as hard, Jeff.
No,
But you
It was
should-
going
Jeff-
before
But my
that.
neck didn't
Bring
stop.
it down.
My neck didn't stop.
I said
But Jeff, you shouldn't get mad at the women because
I'm
I'm
not.
telling you. No, I'm saying that in general. Men should never get mad at women because I guarantee you, no matter how much they yap, if you have the money and power, them bitches will be right up under you. You don't even have to. I don't give a fuck if a bitch hate me. If I got enough money
just
and
saying-
power, that bitch will smile with me and do what the
Yes.
fuck I want her to do as long as she can get
long as she
some
get this
money,
money.
or whatever from me.
So you
it
saying
doesn't
money,
even matter.
money and power purchases the woman.
Look at all of the
'Cause they
single
make
moms.
themselves for sale.
And they want to act like they're victims. They're not
Relationships
victims.
is
They just
based
fuck
on
who they want to
dependency.
fuck instead of who they should fuck.
All relationships are based on a level of dependency.
Uh-oh.
The children,
Uh-oh.
you need somebody to, you need your parents. Men, historically, you needed a woman there to take care of the home. Women needed the man to protect them. There was always a need there. In the 60s, we had this independent shit where I don't need no man. That
look
shit
what
started
happened.
popping. And look what happened. The shit just really unraveled. So we have to go back to that perspective and find out what went wrong. That independent thing destroyed the community.
You should turn that into a
DT,
question.
let me do this.
Turn that
DT,
into a question.
let me ask you this.
Tariq,
DT,
the politicians.
DT, hold on.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. You're the men's advocate in the room, right? She went to school for this here, UCLA.
That's right.
Is there
Go wasted it.
some real grounds for men to have an argument, a grievance for how society is going in terms of, we already know there's a judicial gender bias in court.
Or should we
know
just
that.
go home and take care of our damn kids?
Should we just suck it up and just stop bitching?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, there are grievances.
Brandy said
to
yes,
be
we should
made.
just shut
And
up.
yes, there are laws that need to be changed. And yes, custody issues do need to have a complete overhaul. But shy of all of that happening, I agree. Prior to 1964's '64, black men were very relevant. They were very important in the household. Go ask your grandpas and your uncles and what have you. They were very relevant, and the politicians bought your vote. Lyndon Johnson said, we're going to create this social program, so if you pop out more kids and there's no husband around, you're going to get more money. That's where it started.
Let's go.
Politicians bought you out. But prior to then, black men and black head of households were very relevant and there was no broken families back then.
Absolutely.
So here's my point.
You know, so we have to figure, and I do agree, our society is based on needs and dependency, and right now they have negative connotations, Corey. You know, the club and can I buy you and this and kind of that and that. So we need to figure out what a positive connotation of that word need is, because women do need men, and the men
need the women.
You know, it goes two ways, and there's stuff beyond sex and beyond looks that I think that we can make that exchange.
Very good stuff. Callers, you're on the line. You're on the Zo What Morning Show. Tell me where you're calling from and your name. Let's go.
Hey, good morning, you guys. This is Crystal. I didn't really call in to say anything, but I can't get you guys on the internet, so I'm just listening in right now.
Oh, so Crystal, you just piggybacking on the feed so you can hear the show. Okay, I appreciate it. So hang on the line. We're going to go to somebody who wants to talk to us. You're on the line. Caller. Tell us where you're calling from and your name. Hello? Old school rotary phone over here that just doesn't work. Caller, you're on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. And the lights are lit up. What is it, a Christmas tree or a phone? Hello, you're on the line. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, is that me? Or, I mean, I don't know who you...
That's you. That's you, dog.
That's you. You're on.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on? So how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother.
What's happening, Corey and the rest of the guys?
What's going on, brother?
Man, we in here doing it.
Oh man, this is a well needed discussion that y'all holding today or whatnot. But me personally, there's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, there's a great need for a men's movement. There's a great need for that. But the thing is that, I mean, no disrespect to the sisters that you have on panel or whatnot. Really, in my humble opinion or whatnot, I think you're going wrong by even having them on deck in a discussion like this, you know. So
interesting. Go into that point, please. Go further into that.
And please, I swear, honest to God, I mean, no offense to none of the women that are there, but the way you're going about it by even having them on deck, that's inappropriate.
I feel you. I see what he's saying.
Yes, please.
And there wouldn't be any clarity to come out of that because of their presence in a discussion like that. There wouldn't be any clarity.
I feel like we're picking on you.
No, it ain't we picking on them. It's just they're only going to follow what's in power. So it really doesn't matter. That's what
I don't know that that's fair to say.
Yes.
To these two people. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we are having a discussion
about male-female relationships.
Where a bunch of dudes have an axe to grind on a particular situation, and there's two women that are basically feet are being held to the fire for every broad.
For all women.
We need some horrible broads in here. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah?
I need some bitches with their kids waiting in the car because they didn't go to school today. That's what I'm talking about.
But see, those are the ones you see automatically. Like, you know they wretched, but you got the women who hide out in
the under the
right.
cloak and
they act like they good people, but if you follow their behavior for the last few years, it's a reason they in the position they in today. But they'll never claim it. They'll never say I'm a raggedy bitch who fucked who I wanted to fuck. People who never had good intention by me. I just wanted to be with that person because they either had money or they had long, pretty hair. These are the bitches. They worse than the bitches in the car with the strollers because they didn't keep all their kids. They killed all their kids. They call it abortion, but they had them kids yanked.
Sucked out of the same.
Them bitches need to wear Yankee caps. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying.
And Corey Holcomb walks the bases.
They won't show themselves. They're hi, I'm so and so. I'm dignant. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Lousy
And
bitch.
just lousy.
Lousy bitch.
Lousy.
Raised by lousy.
I
one.
know they lousy bitches. That's why I offer them money for pussy immediately. How much for your pussy?
Yeah.
And most of them be like, oh. And then later on, they be like, okay, man. That's how it goes. This is a world of wretched bitches. And I'm not even blaming them. It's the power structure that has built them into being that
put them
way.
in that
Of
position,
course,
yeah.
there's men who ain't shit. But trust me, these women are in control because they have the backing of the people in power. That's why you go to jail and they don't.
Wow.
There is that.
Hey,
We've got another caller
Got a
online.
lady on the line.
We've got a lady on the line. Ladies, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
it's Crystal again. Put me back on hold.
Hey,
hey,
Crystal is just piggybacking. Don't go back to Crystal.
Okay, don't go back to Crystal.
I think we need you, Crystal, in this discussion. We're
Crystal
outnumbered
might
here.
want to participate.
I'm sorry. I'm working. I'm trying to focus on working and listen to you guys.
Right,
Imagine that.
We
She
glad
can't
you
talk.
working,
She can't
baby.
talk at work.
Let me ask this
Get her
question.
fired.
Hey, can this be plugged up? I want to hear.
Yeah. You can plug it up right here, Corey. Let me ask this question really quickly. Has the black man, let me say this, has the black woman lost respect for the black man because of his inability or unwillingness to rebel against his own oppressor? Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, that disrespect has been boiling under the surface for a long time, since slavery.
So now it's like, fuck it, I'm going to roll with him because he in power. Go deeper.
Absolutely. In slavery, when you would see the black male in a position where he couldn't protect you, you can get raped and he has to stand there and watch that. On a subconscious level, there's a certain level of disrespect there because he can't protect you. But sisters still rolled it out in the 1960s when they gave sisters the option of, hey, we'll take care of you. You don't need him no more. A lot of sisters was like, cool. So we got to be real about that. We keep getting blamed for abandoning the family, but a lot of women go into relationships saying, well, I'm going to have a baby and I don't need no man. So they're making a point and a decision to have kids by themselves even before a man gets to abandon them. So we got to be very realistic about
Tariq,
that.
that's an interesting point you make because radical feminism has a concept called the disposable man. But can we really get mad when pimps and Macs have a concept called pimps up, hoes down? Isn't that not the same thing?
Okay,
We can't have double standards, right?
All right. Here, let's.
I'm talking to Tariq.
Okay.
You just don't ignore. You just ignore that.
Okay.
Just Listen by Dr. Mark Goulston.
All right.
Here you go.
Let me open this up.
Get a couple.
Let me open this son bitch
Get a
up.
couple of bars.
You get that.
Tariq, please.
But yeah, but the concept of pimps up, hoes down, that goes back to what Corey was saying. It goes back to power. There's always been men in power who had a whole bunch of women and the option to have a whole bunch of women and to do whatever you wanted to do with them women. That goes back to the ancient pharaohs of Egypt and the kings of Europe. They would have a wife and 8 or 9 mistresses. So the word Mac and pimp, that's relative to the situation because there's always been relationships like that, and that's just a power-based relationship.
Okay.
Now you can.
Okay. And this is and
then Bobby.
In all fairness to Brandi. Okay.
Brandy's doing an admirable job.
Yes,
I think she is. Okay.
Is she married?
Let me.
I'm not married. I don't have any children.
No children.
No
All right.
children,
You
not
didn't keep
married.
any children, or you don't have any children?
None of your business.
Corey, shit,
That means she didn't keep them.
All right. I'm going in this direction. There are.
Earl Campbell of
I didn't keep any
relationships.
lousy dudes either. That's what it means.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
You didn't keep them by the
I'm trying.
Come on, Jeff.
Okay. I'm willing to say that there are some men who have left their families, abandoned them. I'm willing to say, and I'm only talking about black men right now. Oh, you can take a break, Pam. There are some black men who mean sisters no good. There are some black men who ain't shit. Okay?
Yes.
I'm saying that. I'm taking that position. Maybe I'm asking you, just maybe, are there any women who had a good dude at the house that they just ran the fuck off? Are there, and I'm almost done, this complex question, are there any women that maybe, just maybe, are taking advantage of this particular system that we're complaining about? And I'm only asking you that because you have a demeanor like these bitches don't exist. And this is what happens with beautiful women like you. No, I'm not saying, I ain't telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it looked like. What it looks like is that women like you, women who I consider classy and intelligent, do not fail to circle the wagons around horrible hoes like they don't exist. Like this is some shit we got together and made up. Honest to God, I know these dudes, but we wasn't together last night. We have the same axe to grind.
Okay, listen, I'm going to respond to that because, in all fairness, in the same way that when I'm talking with women, black women and white women, the ones that date brothers too, that for the women that say niggas ain't shit. You know, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say that or not.
It's fine.
Sure.
Okay. But for the women that say that, I mean, I say to you the same thing that I say to them, which is kind of what I said earlier. Maybe you're dealing with the types of dudes who are not worthy of, respect. So do I think that there are some women out there who use men who plan out, their ways of getting what they need in order to get by over on men because the system allows them to do? Absolutely, there are women like that out there. And clearly, you guys are very adept at finding those women, bedding them, and making children with them.
They everywhere. Bitches fuck strangers they intrigued by. They're everywhere. I can walk down the street and get some pussy before I get to motherfucking La Brea, which is 5 blocks. 4 blocks. Yeah. Bitches fuck people they intrigued by. They ain't got to know you. They had a baby.
Well, let's balance it out.
You need to take care of your baby. Bitch, I don't know you.
Let's balance it out. Let's balance it out. I think that applies for men and women.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said. I say it both ways. I agree with Linda over here. The answer to this is not radical feminism, nor is it radical him-menism. It really takes for people to have common sense and be balanced and to come together, even when you're in a one-on-one relationship with your wife, a girlfriend, baby mother, whatever it is she is to you, before you get so angry that you have to go out of the room, and I'm saying this to men and to the women, at some point you have to sit down, be an adult, and take responsibility.
No, she makes a great point.
You have to take responsibility for making the effort to work it out.
Mad at you, James.
The right way.
The room. I've never heard that.
But
because usually,
let me ask you this question.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. This is to Brandi. This is to DT. Let me ask this. Do you guys self-disclose easier to women? Is it easier for you to be accountable and be called to the floor by your man or by your girlfriends and counterparts?
You got to be.
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're talking to.
I'm just saying, in relationships in general, it seems to me, and I've had women call me from all over the country that will tell me shit about their relationship with their man that they have not revealed to him, but they have revealed to their girlfriends. And I'm one of the only guys that they would ever say that to, but they don't have the courage or the heart to be accountable in that relationship. I'm just asking, can we call women to the floor about looking at a man saying, be accountable, be responsible for what you've brought to this relationship as not being blamed for the relationship falling? Because sometimes women will take me telling you to be accountable as me blaming you. Go into that, please.
I think women do that a lot. Women will tell 15 people ahead of them telling you what's wrong. They'll tell their hairdresser, their mother, their aunt, some stranger, on the corner there. But they don't have the guts to tell you. And the reason why that is because of conditioning. Women are conditioned to be non-confrontational, and they feel that telling the hairdresser is, not a confrontation.
Sorry, I'm going to need you to repeat that.
So
for what?
No, hell no. We're going to have Bobby clear all this shit up in a minute. In a minute after DT is finished, Bobby going to clear
Women have been conditioned to be non-confrontational.
Wait. Let her finish.
Most women take their speech. Most women take their speech as they need to get along and be nice and not be. They don't want to be ill thought of or judged or what have you.
Most women.
So that's
most
why,
women are black.
Bobby.
So that's why it's easier for them to tell the stranger than to tell the man what's going on with them.
Wow, Bobby, would you like to respond?
Yeah. I'm speaking on behalf of the Stone Age. That's what I'm familiar with.
And so am I, the caveman formula.
She mentioned 1964, and that's not nearly far enough back to really put this whole conversation in perspective. This brother here mentioned that slavery issue that nobody really wants to deal with, that we never really fully put it in its proper perspective or dealt with in a favorable way. The consequence of that on our people, my generation, being 59, I know of the men that she's speaking of who were head of households. But even in those households, it was known you the head of this household, but you leave outside of this community and you're a boy. And everybody knew that. And until we deal with the reality of how that impacted our people, it's really hard to get into the root causes of why we're having this fierce discussion about relationships and what a man is in the construct of the modern world. Because right now, when you walk out of this door and you act like a man, you're automatically going to be considered a chauvinist or somebody that's, off the grid, so to speak. And I say that because what I really think is important that we discuss is how do we not just create a balance, because there's no such thing as a balance. There's just a defined role that we must play. I will never be a woman, and I ain't no sense in me trying to act like I can be no woman. I can't nurture a child from birth. They can't get on my tit. That ain't happening. And at a certain age, that's what a child needs, that mother's love. Mm-hmm. They need that. And then there comes a time in a child's life, whether it's a girl or a boy, she needs that example of a man. And if they don't experience that, whether they male or female, that child is going to have some serious problems.
But Bobby, the leadership in this country has made women who have a history of 5 or more uncommitted dicks in their body think that they are respectable people. They don't even think they hoes. They think that they just good people walking around, but they spend their whole life until they get too old and don't nobody want them no more, chasing imaginary shit because the leadership in this country told them that you are still a woman. You're not a whore. You're not a whore, but in fact, you are a whore when you go around sleeping with everybody that you are, especially the cute girls. They are the real whore. Oh, they got options up the ass, so they think that it didn't work out with him. The Kardashians are not women who are standout fucked up people. They just like almost all of the women I meet. I'm just saying, they got money.
Is that why they're famous? Because
they got money and they got fame. But most of the girls who I know,
they are famous because these broads identify with them.
The ones I met in Hollywood, that's how I get down. But then they act like angels when they think you don't know their story, but everybody tell your story. That's another thing these women got to understand. These dudes are not loyal to you. They put you out there, everything you did, and you can't believe everything people say, but when enough people say, oh, that bitch, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but we know you, bitch. You can't act like you not no motherfucking jump around, bitch. Everybody know you.
Dr. Goulston, I need you.
How many...
Dr. Goulston, please.
I'll invite myself to get tarred and feathered here as the Whitey Locks.
Hey, another bad one.
There you go. How many black women are real focused on having babies, and that's how they define themselves, and they've learned to not rely on men because one of the differences between women and men that I see is that a lot of women, once they have the idea of having babies and building a home, they want to build something, and then when they look at the man, they don't say this, but what can I rely on you for? The man arches his back, and then when he can't be relied on something, when he doesn't follow through on whatever he promises, they get, the women get all ticked off. But what women don't understand is that I don't think men necessarily want to be unreliable, but to be reliable, this is the world of men. We have to go out there, take money away from another man, cash the check before they discover they didn't want to give us that money and come after us with a gun. That's kind of what we live at. For you to rely on us to really help you build whatever you want, we got to go out there and compete with people who don't want to give us anything. They want to take stuff from us. And so in order for us to be reliable, talk about wanting to avoid conflict, we have to go out there and, to a certain way, kill for this home against people who want to kill for their home. I mean, we're not thinking it consciously. But when you say, what can we rely on you? Because we want to build all these great things, and we have all these kids. And again, what you said, a man can't say when he's afraid or he's hurt or something like that, well, do you mean I got to go out there and do whatever it takes to make sure for this? Yes, do whatever it takes. Well, it's kind of tough out there.
Wow.
And in the
push back if that's all wrong.
And let's go back to the 60s. Right in the middle of the 1960s, that's when the black community gave up its economic base. And we integrated money. And once we did that, you notice the independent thing popped right on up. Because the thing is, we as black men, we became dependent on the system for employment, work, jobs, homes. So black women were like, if you're dependent on him and I got to depend on him, fuck you. I just go directly to him now. Whereas other groups and immigrant groups, when they come over, they don't try to get jobs. They come over and they build their communities. They get their businesses.
Tariq, can it be said that the system
allows
has marginalized black men and not black women?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because the system economically deprived the black community on purpose. I mean, when you look at Jim Crow, that was purposeful economic deprivation. No blacks here. You can't work here. These all-white unions, they went out of their way to economically deprive us, and then they came in as the rescuer saying, okay, black woman, since you don't have no money, we got you, but he can't come in the home. And if you remember, in the 1960s, when they would put black women in these housing projects, they would literally go in those projects looking under beds, looking in closets, looking for male shaving, shoes, all that stuff. Literally making sure there was no man nowhere around. And before that, black women would be very selective about the men they procreated with. There have always been dusty-ass dudes in the black community. Women just wouldn't fuck them. After the 1960s, you didn't have to worry about the dude being dusty. If he had cute eyes and swag, you fuck him and have a baby with him and you'd still be great.
You look like Elder Brown.
And that's when everything went downhill.
Yeah, but he made a great point about coming over as immigrants and building something versus coming over as slaves.
Absolutely.
I think that is huge.
Absolutely.
The mindset and all that, and because the immigrants, they came over, they kind of stuck together, they built things, and a lot of what we talked about on the show is how the black community is just so.
Aren't they allowed?
You guys are going to it though. You guys are going to the point.
Right now,
Aren't they allowed to build what they have?
Well,
like
listen. Okay, I understand that. Speaking on what these guys are talking about, which is really important about our community right now, because you said that the black men, that the government, the system has marginalized the black man, and now what I think is happening in large numbers is that the black men are now taking that and marginalizing us. I mean, we've been called lousy bitches and hoes, Corey Holcomb, and said all sorts of things right now. And we're the only group of people in this country that came from another place, not by our own choosing.
That's a good point.
And so at some point, you know, what we need to do is we need to look at our history and understand that yes, there were things in place that destroyed who we were, that destroyed who our community, that destroyed our relationships, that created a mentality where a rap guy can go out and sing, "Bitch, you broke, shut up, don't talk to me, get your bread up." Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that like hyper capitalism? But right now, at some point, you got to go from at some point, you know, I'm sorry, radical capitalism is creating this fight to rise in the community.
Capitalism, bitch.
At some point, though, you have to look at the history, understand what happened, and then decide. You have to take responsibility and decide if you're going to let that define what you've become, or if you are going to step up to the plate, men and women, black men and black women, and decide to work at building better families, at building better communities, at working at it. If you continue to just go around calling bitches lousy bitches, you're not helping anything.
Yes,
you're
you are.
just adding
You are
to
identifying. You are identifying certain women who hate to be called on who they are. They will make it seem like you the devil because you told them they're a lousy bitch, and you could be dead right about what you said.
That's the contradiction
they got the lousy bitch checklist, and all of it's marked.
But I want to say the lousy bitches. I want to help the lousy bitches get on their feet and become better people, because you don't have to be a whore no more. You can wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to stop fucking all these people that don't mean no good by me, so I don't fit the description of what Corey is talking about. I don't have to be mad at Corey.
Everybody can't talk at once. Tariq?
What happens is that a lot of guys out here, they'll end up getting with a hood rat, have a baby, and then other women will say, well, you shouldn't have chose her. You shouldn't have messed with her. But when people like Corey or me, we say, hey, man, don't mess with her. She's ratchet. Oh, don't call her that.
Circling the wagon.
You're circling. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell us to not mess with the ratchets, but when we identify them, get mad because we're identifying them as ratchet.
My turn. It's my turn, damn it. It's my turn.
It's so what?
I've got shit.
It is the Zoe morning.
Shit, I gotta say something here.
Yes.
Bitch.
The Doc,
oh my God,
Tariq, you guys, and Brandi.
You know that was on the tip of your tongue.
That was right there. Shit, bitches. No, they said something that's very important. I think we need to deal with that. Black people devoid of culture. So now I'm going to release 4 million slaves into a population that really doesn't want you. But in order to control you, I have to create a culture for you and a place for you to be. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to, listen, why would black men, white people don't really want to fuck with us. Because they know...
Only the ones they have.
But they understand...
They have no use for you
But
no.
they don't have a use, but they also know if I cannot mold you into what I want him to be, it's going to be hard because I already know what he is. He's a buck. I can't fucking cross him because he got all of this shit in him that I put in him.
So what did they do to the Bucks back in the day? What did they do to the strong black men?
They killed them motherfuckers. So my whole point is they know that's still in us on a genetic level. Like this white man, I can't really fuck with this nigga the way I can fuck with his woman. You understand? I can beat his woman, but I ain't gonna kill her because the pussy is good. I'm gonna kill him every time I get a chance. So what happens to a person that has been abused and the abuser starts to take care of them? What is the syndrome called?
Stockholm syndrome.
They start to fucking have an affinity for the abuser. Do you understand? To me, and we have to question, and I'm not saying this is what it is, I'm saying this is an idea. Maybe we can look at sisters as a collective and say, wow, especially those who came over here on the slave and had to deal with that and grew up in that, and those social game rules have been passed down generationally. There is a respect that is afforded to white men that a lot of sisters don't afford to brothers.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying it's purposeful. I'm just saying that's the social game rule we live in America. Can we fix it?
They should say something.
I got a couple of ones. Oh no, I'm just
good talking.
Okay,
shit.
I understand. When you said that black people, black men and black women need to get together to work, can we agree that part of that work plan is the understanding, the acquiescing to by the black female, that black man on a whole, I'm not talking about the CEOs that I work with, I'm not talking about the captains of black industry that I work with, black men on a whole, there is some bullshit that went down that put me over you. Let's work together to fix that. Find some dudes. Is that part of this plan?
I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is this. Hold on. LL said this in a rap. The black man wakes up every morning feeling like a jerk, seeing black women and white men go to work. Okay? If you are going to work with all of us, then you need to say that some of you are behind bars and you don't need to be there. And there's a bunch that do. Some of you don't need to be there. Some of you are out of work and you don't need to be there. Some of you are angry and you don't need to be there. I am in this position of authority and I'm going to lend some of that. I'm going to not talk about my degree when I'm not talking about weather or deodorant. And I'm going to help you with this shit that I have been given.
Man,
is that part of the plan?
But I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I fuck with you, man. You my man forever, bro.
Okay? But
you my motherfucking homie, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, but can I say this?
Narrow it down. What's your question? Ask
What the fuck is you saying, man?
I hear sisters say this shit all the time. Black people need to get together. Black men and black women need to get together and work it out. But when we get together and work it out, you got to say, look, as a black woman, it's some shit I've been given that you haven't. I'm Stella. and you ain't. I got houses, I got land, I'm working, I got this, I have this influence. I am willing to lend this influence to helping us all.
Can I say this about black people getting together?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
I'm just saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. This is how I really feel. There is no way black people can come together and mend all of the shit that happened to us as long as the influence of Caucasian people is there.
There's that.
They're not going to let us get it together.
Wait.
They have a system set up to destroy anybody who tries to unite us all together.
All right, so this is what we got to do. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do callers. But going out, just remember Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Just remember Black Wall Street. At the end of the day, if we could put ourselves in an economic position to be self-sustaining,
they'll drop a bomb on that.
If we're the number one consumers in the world, we spend what? What is it? $800 billion a year.
It's a trillion right now.
It's a trillion. If we're spending $1 trillion a year, imagine if that $1 trillion went in a cycle of about 30, 40 times, where it went back and forth in our hands 30, 40 times. What kind of economic juggernaut we would be on planet Earth, and we would be a problem.
They would declare money is no good no more.
Money don't mean shit no more. You gotta have monkey coins.
Right, yes. Come up with some new shit.
We need beaver pelts. We need beaver pelts.
I know who
but even with that thought, imagine if commerce and making it and money and having wasn't an issue. Imagine what the quality of our relationships would be then. And I'm just talking about brothers and sisters. If it wasn't just about what you have makes you a good catch. This is why we did the show about relationship currency. And relationship currency isn't about greenbacks. It's about empathy. It's about understanding. It's about reciprocity. It's about all these other things that we don't even get to because, as Corey Holcomb says, we can go out and buy a bitch if we got money and power.
If it was survival of the fittest, we'd be on top of the game.
We'll be on top of the game. We'll be back at 2.2. Callers, we'll be talking to you. 323-965-1600. So what mornings? Ladies and gentlemen. Shit, the breaks be as good as on air. It's crazy up in here.
We be putting it down.
You know, I don't give a damn. They say we only got 4 mics. I got 18 people in here.
That's how you do, Zoe.
I don't give
bad intent. I don't give a damn.
Zoe put 36 people on a 2-hour show.
I don't give a damn. We got to do this, man.
Everybody says 2 sentences. And then
we got to produce. Listen, the purpose of the show is to have open dialogue. And yeah, some of it is funny. Some of it is probably offensive. But at the end of the day, the goal is to say we need to talk. It takes 2 sides to build a bridge. And I think at the end of the day, sisters, brothers, men, women, we got to sit down and understand that technology forces us to rewrite our cultural beliefs. It really does. It really does. Some of those cultural beliefs are coming from a space where women, you're about equal to chattel, right? You know, 400 goats equal your daughter in marriage, right? So some of these belief systems are now being rewritten because women, better educated, now they don't have to rely on their husband to tell them what the world is like. They can go to school and figure that out for themselves. Now,
and raise a baby to be a dyke.
God damn. Shit. $15 trillion is the
I eat pussy, mama.
Corey Holcomb is the villain, ladies and gentlemen.
A wise single mom child.
A wise single mom child.
A wise single mom child. Eat pussy. Female. I want to be like my mom. I'm aggressive.
Oh, God. Hey, we've got callers. Callers 323-965-1600. But let me finish this point. $15 trillion is the global amount that's spent every year. 15 trillion. Women control 65% of that. $10 trillion goes through the hands of women. So now you have to understand the old construct of I got to be the breadwinner, I got to provide for you is starting to rapidly change. Things are starting to change. Women make up the majority of the workforce.
And the courthouses.
So
That's how they got.
What I'm saying is, women need to understand that it's a renaissance period for them, both academically, educationally, all of that. It's a renaissance period. So women need to be called to the floor to understand if you call for a traditional kind of man, that's going to be in direct conflict with where women are going and where the world is headed in terms of economics and education. And remember, school is not about your personal flowering, developing. It's not. It's about your ability to integrate into an economy.
Absolutely. That's why they sons wear pink pants and got a lot of boys in their room.
We've got another guest in the building. The brother who brought us weed juice. That's OUI.com. Please support the brother's movement, his endeavor. His name is Hassan McCullough. He's in the building right now. He's going to join us. Just, right now we got callers. But what I would like to do is get a couple of callers on, and then we'll throw it back to our august panel. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on? This is Maurice from Atlanta, man. How's it going?
We good, man. Talk to us, man.
Oh, man, I'm just enjoying the show and whatnot. But, yeah, I was I didn't expect to get cut on quite so soon.
So you ain't got nothing to say?
You're still working on it?
You still figuring out what you want to talk about?
Just say the first thing you wrote down. Just say that.
We got nothing to say, and it doesn't stop us.
That's right. Oh, done it ain't.
And it's so much that I would like to talk about. I mean, I don't know where to start or whatnot. And
pick
I
one.
don't want
to pick one.
You want us to come back to you? We'll come back to you.
Y'all doing
cereal on hold.
Yeah, we're going to put you on hold. Figure out what you want to say.
Got a mouthful of Captain Crunch sitting up in his drawers. He's like,
they called on me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Shit, it's my turn. Hello, you're on the line. Call us. Where are you calling from?
I just want a hug.
Caller, you're on the line. Holla at me. Hello?
This is Anitra.
Anitra,
hey,
what
girl.
up?
Hi, all I wanted to say is I think people are a product of their environment. And if you've never experienced anything else but ratchetness, that's all you know.
She said spirits.
I'm not trying to take up for the black women because they are ratchet sometimes, but they don't know any better.
But if they don't know any better, are you saying they get to be that way just because they don't know any better? If you go into a courtroom and you don't know the law, a judge will say ignorance is no excuse of the law.
That's
Your
right.
ass is going to jail.
That's what I have experienced. I done experienced
it. Act different if your mama, your grandmama, everybody is ratchet.
Well, let's.
I know.
You got to break the ratchet cycle. You got to break that cycle.
I think it's conversations like these try to break those.
Say again?
How do you know?
There is an inherent.
When your grandmama is in her 40s.
Your grandmother 32 years old.
Yeah.
There's some bitches around that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Your grandmother's a triathlete.
Yeah.
We already know.
If you and your grandmama had the same history teacher, because y'all that close in age.
Get you a man with a good job and tell your family don't call you no more.
Well, no, ignorance is no excuse, especially now because of the internet age, okay? I don't care what kind of monkeys you got in your house. Somebody got an iPad. Somebody got, the world is right there at your fingertips. You can Google anything. Google shit I don't know and see what comes up. There's no more excuse for, well, this was my environment. Damn your environment.
But some people
break the chain.
But she
Some
said
people are
something
not
about
made to excel.
No, but she said something about and when you come from a wretched home,
ratchet,
which is close.
Not wretched.
It's close.
Ratchet.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah, I'm Whitey Locks. What do you
Ratchet.
Come on, Whitey Locks, get it right. Ratchet. Go ahead.
Take a shot at it.
Okay, when you come from whatever that kind of home is.
Okay, we'll take that. We'll accept that.
You have a choice. You can be depressed and think, I don't deserve any better, or you can get angry and say, I'm entitled to more. It just depends on what you kind of choose and what path you want to go down. And your environment doesn't have to shape you if you don't let it, but it does take a lot of courage to break free of that.
Because the wretchedness is not about your environment, it's about the mentality, and that mentality is passed down.
That's it.
But that's a great point, Tariq. And I always say, I said on this show before, it's really difficult to watch the show you're starring in.
But don't you think
it's hard for you to look objectively at the mentality that's working, that you're looking at the world through. Your gestalt. It's hard to do that.
Aren't some people born to lose though? And like the people who are
Ray Charles.
I'm just saying, like some people are born to lose, but the people who know they're born to lose can be saved because
I don't
they
believe
can admit
anybody's
it.
born to lose.
Me neither. I got some bitches I done fuck with, goddammit. If you was around these motherfuckers 10 minutes, you'll feel that you'll see the hopelessness amongst them.
Yeah. Everybody wasn't Pharaoh.
The system
Somebody
is
built the
designed to
pyramid.
keep people with a defeated mentality around each other. That's what segregation is about. Because segregation makes you feel trapped, and if you're in an environment where people feel like they're failing and you don't know how to get out, you're going to repeat that cycle. That's why what's going on in Chicago. I was out there in Chicago trying to talk to brothers and sisters about what was going on. And people keep talking about the violence in Chicago and why it's so prevalent. And I made a point out there is that Chicago is one of the most racially segregated cities in the country.
It is.
So a cat who wants to get out of the hood and get a better job or do something with himself,
very hard.
It's very difficult because the other communities, they circle their wagons and they're not letting you come and infiltrate their community.
Right.
So now you have to fight other people for the same little meager resources, and that causes a lot of crime and violence. So we have to put everything in context when we look at all of these things.
So how can we get black men and women to bridge the gap and start the forgiveness process? Because I say this on a lot of different shows. I always say that it's very, very difficult for us to heal. It's like we heal in geological time. Like the time it took for the fucking Grand Canyon to form is the time it takes for us to get over particular hurts. Let me finish the point.
Oh, yeah, I just want to go next.
Yeah, you're next, brother. But the point that I'm making here is brothers and sisters have to get to a point where we allow each other to be human. To be human is to fail, to error. But if you error, you have to have that ability to get up and be able to go back home. It's like with brothers and sisters, we can't go back home to each other. Once we cross each other, it's okay. Bitches ain't shit. Dudes ain't shit. First off, we're both human beings. And we should be allowed to mistakes are the doorways to discovery, I believe.
I don't think all.
Hey, do I need to shoot up in the air to get on, man?
Well, it's Jeff Brown.
Okay,
yeah.
then
You got your gun on you, Bobby?
I got you right.
Shit, don't come in here with no guns, Bobby.
Okay,
where's Fairground?
Here, to me,
and again, Fairground.
Let's stomach Jeff shit, then.
Yeah, exactly. Tolerate this bullshit I'm about to say.
Hurry up, Jeff. Shit.
Okay, I'm gonna make it quick. In order for black people to truly come together, the dollar is what must collapse. Until Puffy is being run down the street next to a homeless dude from the same motherfucker with a gun, black people will not have the need to get together. As long as we got a way to say I'm better than you and that I don't need you. The dollar is what takes away need of black people to one another. I make this much money. What's the first thing you do? You leave the hood. First thing you do is separate yourself. The dollar is a way to separate. Once that dollar, and it's coming.
Interracial classism.
Yes, once there's a race war, and you need niggas to shoot back.
I don't know.
That is exactly what is going to take a global collapse of this bullshit for black people.
The thing with
all right, Bobby, and then Tariq.
One of the things we have to do is redefine the narrative. There's some models of possibility. Somebody went on the internet the other day and said, we really miss the 5150 collaborative.
Yeah!
And we all saw that message. And
we'll be back.
People have seen us play out our transitions into where we are as human beings. They've seen me and Corey go at it. They've seen Zoe and me go at it, whatever. But they also saw us respect each other. We had to start modeling better possibilities and then just assume that position that's rightfully ours, because we are being misled from within as much as we are from without. Because there's some good brothers out here that we know, and people just don't see enough of that activity. So when the picture is painted, we're not in it. So we have to interrupt the screen, so to speak, and become front runners.
Yeah, because when you cut on TV, you see straight moist motherfuckers.
That's it.
I can't watch CNN.
Yeah. But is it the moist dude?
Beat your ass, Don Lemon, when I see your moist ass.
But how many sisters?
Hi ho there, Don Lemon.
How many sisters was disappointed when he came out? Because before he came
They're
out,
still fucking?
before he came out, that's considered the stereotypical good black man to have. Yes or no? 323-965-1600.
Never trust a brother with no mustache.
They still have
Well, Farrakhan ain't got no mustache.
Mustache count. Oh, Farrakhan is excluded. Mustache count.
They still have Don Lemon Baby with his little pink boo boo.
Pink boo boo boo.
Pink boo-boo.
Pink boo boo.
Pink boo boo coming out that baby.
All right, Jeff, make your point, man.
God, I can't breathe.
Pepto-Bismol turds coming out.
All right, I'm going to Tariq. Tariq had a point.
Yeah, the thing with us in the black community, we define ourselves by things other people don't define themselves with. Other groups define themselves by their ability to build communities, to build businesses. Black people, we think that integration, and we've been allowed to integrate by using our money and spending our money with the dominant society. So now our identity is based on random shit we can buy.
Yeah,
I got the new Jordans.
Right.
I got a belt. I got the Louis purse. So we don't want to give that up, because every time we start talking about group development, the dominant society, they come to us and say, hey, don't you want to be the next Olivia Pope? Don't you want to get with a Kardashian? You know they like the brothers. And we're like, shit, that don't sound too bad. Fuck the community.
Right.
So we got to get off that.
That's better than living in the
But
jungle.
Tariq,
Exactly.
It's the guys who are in our face on television. People don't understand they're put there on purpose.
Absolutely.
Those are the type of brothers that they want you to model yourself after. Soft motherfuckers like, Barack and Kanye and all these conforming ass niggas.
Last night on the music award, R. Kelly had on a dress.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all
he
see that?
really trying to get back.
A leather.
He trying to get back.
A leather smock dress thing. It was a black. Yeah.
So that type of stuff is pushed on us. They keep putting those images on us, and then a kid sitting at home who don't know no better, like, damn, a dress and a damn tank top.
Black leather.
It's okay to have a draft on your balls.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a kilt. Kilt. Okay. Ask a brother, define kilt and use it in a sentence. That nigga came over here fucking around with me. That's why I kilt him. That's what we don't.
Mark Goulston, go.
Kilt.
Can I throw in a tip for anybody who wants to make their relationship better?
Yes, please, because that's what we need.
Yeah, beat that bitch ass. No, I'm just fucking.
I guarantee you. I'm working with a person. He lives in Beirut, Lebanon, and he works with warring factions there. And this is what you do. You want to make a relationship better. You go to that person, and you say to them, what is it that I have failed to recognize, appreciate, or acknowledge about you? You ask that question.
Wait. Say the question again.
What is it that I have failed to recognize, appreciate, or acknowledge about you? And what will happen is that they're loaded for bear. But then if you do that, and they're going to say, what? And you'll see they will shift from being defensive and offensive, and they'll tell you what it is. And then if you can follow it up with at its worst, how bad does that make you feel? And you will see them just melt. And then what will happen is, because defensiveness begets defensiveness. Bared neck begets bared neck.
I just melted Whitey
I don't know what kind of bitch.
No, this is good. No, wait. This is good.
Whitey Locks are melting. I think it's exactly what needs to happen.
That's what that is.
They want somebody to kiss their ass.
And let me say this, though.
That's what they want.
No, they. McCory.
You can't come out of all of that like that.
But wait. Let me set it up. Wait. God damn it. We gonna go to break. We'll go to break in this motherfucker. I'll shut this bitch down. All right now. What Doc Yes, I did. What Doc just outlined is what I'm trying to get at. And then Tariq jumped the gun on it because I want to set it up.
Yes.
My question is, if the black community took those questions and applied it in a kind of round table kind of situation where black men pose that to sisters and sisters pose that to black men, would that work?
You see bitches ain't shit.
My brother made a great point for the dominant society, but we have unique issues as black people because there's a lot of self-hate, and that self-hate turns to poison when black folks don't have an agenda. That's why when black folks get together, our shit is real poisonous. And we think about getting over on each other because we see each other through the eyes of the dominant society. So if a brother went to some of these sisters out here who ain't on the same page and say, hey, what can I do to appreciate you? How can I?
This nigga's a simp.
She's gonna get on the phone, girl. We got to get this nigga for some paper. He gonna pay my rent. I'm gonna get him to pay your car note. So people started getting over on each other.
He gonna watch my kids by the dude who locked up.
They'll look at you as being a simp. We gotta be realistic. Dudes get looked at as being a simp.
He gonna get little date 80-11s.
Right. You buy pussy from these bitches till the war start. That's all you do. That's all you do. Don't talk to these bitches.
Brandi.
If you talk to these bitches, you're gonna lose your mind.
Brandi, help us.
I feel sorry for your baby mother.
Brandi,
I
help
feel
us.
sorry for your aborted kids.
Where are we?
Sorry.
So I think
You cannot make any assumptions about my life.
Let's go.
She made assumptions about my life.
No, I didn't.
Feel sorry for my baby mama. My baby mama, everybody all right.
She's speaking in general.
I'm speaking in general. I wasn't.
She said my baby mama.
Yes, she did.
She's speaking
I
in
said
general.
your. So, but I mean, if you.
I mean, she was just talking generally.
In
not
general.
She said, I feel sorry for your baby mama.
We're gonna help race relationships here.
We
Wait.
gotta-
We're gonna help. Okay, I mean this as Whitey Locks.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's always as Whitey Locks. We don't ever confuse you.
Yeah. We can't never not know who you are.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
mental
Yes,
picture
indeed.
what he doing, though, when he asks a girl that.
White man's talking.
Member of the white side.
Yes, indeed.
What have I failed to recognize, appreciate, or give a shit about that has kept you in your position?
This show is not that long.
Can we answer that?
Pull this mic a little bit closer.
Everybody's gonna answer. Here we go. We all gonna answer.
You live.
We all gonna answer. Shit.
Systematic racism has economically and socially deprived the black community. So when in the 1960s, when they said, okay, integration, no more segregation, the problem is the money was not integrated. So we didn't get any kind of real compensation to get back on our feet, and now the racism has been more covert now. So a lot of people think that racism doesn't exist because you're not hanging brothers from trees anymore.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are, but not every day. But the racism is now more covert, and the racism is systematic. And the problem is, in the black community, we are still affected negatively by the systematic racism. So now the average person of Caucasian descent, they can say, well, I'm not doing anything. I haven't done anything wrong. But when you are part of the system and you have people like George Zimmerman and people like that running around, and we support people like that, and we support gentrification.
Fox News.
We support Fox
right.
News.
So is it accurate to say, I want to make sure I'm getting it.
Right.
Do you think that we set you up to fail and set you up to succeed's clothing?
And set you up to succeed clothing?
Yeah, but there was if you look at Jim Crow for the last 100 years, that was affirmative action for white people. And all of the gains that were made by whites during Jim Crow, that didn't go anywhere. That got passed down to you and other people in the Caucasian community. And all the deprivation from Jim Crow, the stuff that we didn't get, the debt, that was passed on to people in the black community now. So now when we look at the inequality, people within your society, they say, well, look, they did it to themselves. And that is the problem. This benign neglect. That's all.
Stop bitching and complaining,
Exactly.
black man. I've given you multiple chances.
We're giving you money. We're giving you food stamps.
Last question.
All you have to do is look at the history.
Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
I'm deeply.
Yeah.
I apologize for my race.
No problem.
So I'm deeply sorry.
Still gonna ride with it.
But going forward, not to diminish that, what is one positive thing that if we did consistently and one negative thing that we stopped entirely?
Ooh, that's
going
good.
forward?
That's good.
If we could do that and commit to that, it has to be observable. It can't just be words, just can't be rhetoric. What is one positive
I'm going to let you get that.
one
But
negative?
one thing you can do is not block any kind of compensation for the black community, because anytime black people get some kind of compensation or the myth of a compensation, like affirmative action, that's a myth because most affirmative action goes to white women. But it's portrayed as something that's given to blacks, and then we get the outlash. We get the backlash like, oh, these blacks getting out affirmative action and you're not worthy of it. And we're not getting that. Black people, we've never gotten anything at the exclusion of another group in this country as far as finances, ever. All
right, so let's do this. Let's do this because everybody wants to answer this question.
Yes.
Corey, Bobby, Brandi. Corey, go.
Everybody who is trying to find a solution to the problem with white people, you are basically you chasing something that does not exist. The history of Caucasian people on this planet, and you're a Jewish man, right? So it's different. But I'm talking about
Caucasian.
There's a slight difference. But what I'm talking about the
How
people.
How slight is it?
It's not much. But let me.
Hitler. Yes, there's a difference.
He was a Jew.
The history of Caucasian people in the United States of America has not changed one bit since they touched down and slaughtered the Indians that were here. They continue to manipulate, murder, come up with all kinds of diseases and drugs that are strategically placed where they want them to be to make sure everybody is fucked up. Yeah, Caucasian people are the reason me and Brandi aren't getting along right now. Because if Brandi was raised in a village where people were taught respect, me and her would get along fine. But Brandi takes offense to me saying the word bitch.
You say a village.
Right.
I take offense to you saying lousy bitch.
Yeah, lousy bitch.
Lousy bitch.
Because she feels I'm talking to her.
No, but
she thinks I'm talking about her.
Okay, Corey, you thought I was talking to you when I said I feel sorry for your baby mother. So maybe we're a little bit equally yoked here. Hold on,
that's apples and bowling balls.
I want to address Corey right now because Corey believes that I don't love him. And
I know you don't love me.
Right? No. Corey believes that I don't have love for him, and I'm telling you right now that is absolutely 100% wrong.
Oh, okay.
As a black woman, listen, as a black woman, I can't be any more support. I do.
Don't give him a big old juicy wet kiss.
Supportive. You know, because then I'll be his hoe. I'll be his lousy bitch hoe. But I can't. I am so supportive, and I am so far behind getting behind brothers, black men. I mean, I love everybody as human beings, but I want to see.
What about beyond the physical part?
I was going to say this. Do you love our flaws? Do you love our shortcomings?
I
our
don't
weaknesses?
love them, but I am willing to deal with them if you are willing to work with me so that we can. I'm not going to love your flaws. You don't love. I don't expect you to love my flaws.
I think we have to.
You gonna catch her up every time, Zoe. You taking advantage of that lady.
What?
You know she don't know what she's talking about.
I'm not being taken advantage of. Okay, hold on a second. Let's stop. I'm not being taken advantage. I don't care. No,
you don't love her flaws. You're like, no, I don't love the flaws.
No, I don't love her flaws. You don't love flaws. You do not love them. Okay, for you people here that have children, for you people that have children, you love your children, and there may be things about them that you like or don't like, but you still love that person as a whole. So I'm not gonna sit up here and let you believe that you got over on me because I'm being honest about what I feel. I don't love flaws, but I love a person in its entirety. I even love you as a person. I think that what you need to do to peddle money.
Put the camera on.
And
can you put the camera on the doctor's face
and degrade black women and women in order to peddle money?
Black women. I said all bitches.
All of the bitches. Then that's fine with me, Corey. That is fine
don't misunderstand
with me. No, that's okay. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a basic amount of human to human love towards you.
Love
and no, I don't love your flaws.
That word love, when people say they love you, especially when you don't know them that good and they talk about they love you,
there are multiple
that is
types
a weapon.
There are multiple different types of love.
So let's do this.
And you can have love for humans. And the problem is a lot of you guys don't even know how to do that or don't even understand the concept.
Something wrong with everybody.
Wait. Let's do this.
Hey,
who ain't got no family.
I said flaws.
Brandi and Corey.
Back up.
I do have a family.
Your
You can
love
say as much
affair
as you
hasn't
want
stopped right
to.
now.
Yeah. Corey, you can go as hard as you want
banter.
to, but you're not going to make me feel bad about anything that I have done,
But it's in your
anything
face.
that I have been, anything about my family that existed before me and the family that's coming after me, okay?
You didn't have a family.
I have a family.
What secret relationship is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, we
You
want to
can
introduce
try
y'all
as you
to
might,
a
Corey.
snapshot of black men and women
I don't have
conflict.
children, but I have a family.
All right, so let's get back to the point. Bobby, please take us away from
Bobby,
here. Bobby, make your point.
And it ties into this madness, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need a rodeo clown in here.
I know this show.
How about you want an outfit?
The doctor.
I don't need you to buy me an outfit.
The doctor asked a question from an empathetic point of view.
Hey, back up.
And it's really, in my estimation, a false narrative to me. Because if you got to ask me what's wrong, then clearly either you don't care or you ain't been paying attention. Because the mere fact that you can sit in a situation where it's that obvious, as a black person and as a white person. If a white person asks me, did I do something to hurt you? And I'm already...
Well, I can guess it, but
it's not about...
what we
No, let me just finish my point. My point is, if you got to ask, you've already insulted me. Racially speaking.
That's a good point, though.
That's good.
If you ask me, you done already insulted me because you shouldn't even have to ask me that question. It's that obvious, you know. Exactly. But it's up to me to make that point to you, not on more than a general level, but a personal level. Because if your heart is in the right place, once I tell you that, then it's up to you to correct that and don't go down that road again. Because I don't really want people's sympathy.
Exactly.
You know, I don't need your sympathy or anybody else's. I need you to understand what the situation is. Because we keep talking about that slavery issue. We was here 25,000 years ago, right here in this what they call the United States. And as long as we get trapped into that slavery mode, we're going to continue to have this bitter back and forth about what it did to us. And it's not even where we're coming from.
I don't like Brandi. I don't dislike her like Brandi wanted to go get a room after the show. I'm just saying, but
he's doing his set right now.
That's why I'm just letting him go. I'm not.
All right. Can I have?
You know what? I'll consider this a contribution to your economic health because I'm letting you do this so you can build up your crowd and do whatever it is that you need to do. Yeah, you can take that.
Your crowd needs to
but gotta act like something wrong with you.
Bobby,
something's wrong with you. But go ahead, you can take it. You can have that, Corey.
Now, and honesty goes back and forth. Like,
you know, right?
The language. Let's have common language. When people say they love you and veins are sticking out their neck and they forehead about to cave in, I mean, that's hard for us to, you know, if your shoes is too tight and you can't pull up on the lace, you ain't got to tell nobody. It's going to show on your face.
I love you.
Yeah.
Can I get, can I get you?
Actually, though,
can I get the doc?
All right. Hey.
Can I have the doc ask me that question, please?
No, you just answer it. You don't have to.
Okay.
Shit.
What is it that you have overlooked about me? What is it that you can do to help me? Just like Malcolm X told the sister, the white girl in Malcolm X, nothing. There is nothing that you, as an average white man,
Malcolm came back and took that back, though,
can do for me. If anything, you can realize that the difference that you think is between me and you is what the big problem is. Because the elitists don't look at you much different than they look at me. The average white man that calls niggas and can't stand us can't get in the country clubs either. The elitists have played this game to put you in a particular position to hold shit together by holding us down. If you can look at that and go, you know what? That's some bullshit. Let's be humans together. That's all you can do. Wow. You don't owe me shit. I don't want your
Just
money.
Stop fucking with me.
I don't want the 40 acres and a mule that is owned to me does not come from you. It comes from motherfuckers that hate you too.
Tariq and then DT.
There's a black psychiatrist named Dr. Frances Cress Welsing.
Yes.
Great sister. She said whenever whites ask what can they do to help the black community, she said that whites should tell us what other white people say about us when we're not around. That's how you can help us.
Wow. I like that.
Wow.
I love this.
And that's a lot of stuff that white folks don't want to do. You don't want to say what people in your community are really, really thinking.
Silly nigga.
Because a lot of y'all circle your wagons around the people who have those overt racist
Maybe we
views.
should learn the art of wagon circling.
We gotta learn that from sisters, how they do the hoe.
We gotta do that for our own community.
But we love telling too much.
I love you,
Black folks love telling on each other.
Have no
That's a black.
secrets.
We don't have. If you tell two black people something, it ain't a secret no more.
No.
We
DT?
love tell it.
DT?
So, Bobby, are you said that you were offended when that question is posed to you in a racial manner. So if your woman came to you and said the same question, Bobby, what have I done to underappreciate you or to overlook you or whatever? Would you be offended if your woman said that?
Yes, I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Cook this food, bitch.
Because if you've been around me and you claim you know me and that you love me, then how is that a mystery?
Why is
that
it
you
4
have
cups in the
offended
sink?
me? All right.
Are you asking her to be a mind reader, Bobby?
No.
Okay.
No, but typically when somebody asks a question like that, to me, they've walked all over it. They've walked all over it every day. So when you come at me and ask me that question, I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. What have you been paying attention to all this time?
But can you
yourself? You've been paying attention to yourself and what you into, and that's how you missed me. Because I've been here the whole damn time. All right? So you walk right by me every day, and now all of a sudden you're going to ask me where I've been? I was right in front of you.
It's kind of difficult. DT, finish your point. I see where you're going, Bobby, but it's kind of difficult because it's basically saying you should be aware of me. And a lot of times it's
if you're into me, you should be aware of me.
But now you're giving too much credit to the other individual's
when
awareness.
When your woman asks you some shit like that, she's setting you up. I guarantee you.
What'd she set you up for?
That bitch ask you for some money. I'm telling you, man. That bitch is going to ask you for
My
something.
point is the two individuals have come to the table with different backgrounds, different upbringing, different whatever, and you can't possibly know everying about
but if you've been listening to me,
vice versa.
if you've been listening to me when I'm talking, then you know what I'm about. You ain't got to ask me shit because I done told you. But if you talking while I'm talking, then it's obvious that you don't know what the hell I say.
That shit is so deep what you're saying, Bobby, but they not going to get it. You trying to make a point to a wall.
Brandi.
I don't know why niggas talk to women about stuff like that. They not gonna...
I was actually just trying to process what Bobby was saying, and I was just wondering, like, you know, is it wrong then that person is admitting that, hey, right now I'm having a difficulty understanding or perceiving your side of what is frustrating you? So are you saying that you're not even willing to allow them to admit that, Corey? I don't want to hear from you right now. Go ahead, Corey. I don't
what if it happened with the last 4 niggas you was with? It's the same problem.
Go ahead, finish that point.
I don't want to hear from you, Corey, right now. So are you saying that you can't even allow
That's what they do at home.
You can't even allow that the person in your life is admitting, hey, I'm having difficulty reading where your frustration is coming from, and I care enough about you that I would like for you to let me know so that I can work on it. Is that?
I didn't say that. What I was saying is, as you made that expression, the back end of it should have been on the front end because you need to acknowledge that you ain't been paying attention. All right, that's the problem. You want to admit that you have not been paying attention.
They ain't gonna never say nothing wrong with that.
Well, maybe coming to you and posing the question is admitting that they haven't been paying attention.
No, it isn't. We can't get that complex. It's got to be raw that way for it to be effective.
There you go.
It looks like it.
Looks like it, but that ain't.
All right, so listen, this is what we have to do.
Peanut butter, but it's not the same.
This is what we have to do.
I missed you.
I'm so disappointed that 2 hours is over. So what we got to do? Yeah, it's over.
You put 45 niggas in here.
It's over. It's over. But this is what we got to do. What I want everybody to do is tell them where they can find you, your products, your websites, Twitter, social media, everything. Starting with Jeff Brown. Jeff.
Jeff Brown, Twitter at GBFunnyStyle. Go to mixertones.com. Mixer.com. Get you some more ringtones. That's really been blowing up. I appreciate y'all.
There it is. Dr. Mark Goulston.
MarkGoulston.com. MarkGoulston.com. You can sign up for the newsletter if you like any of what I've said.
Tariq Nasheed.
Go to TariqElite.com. Get all the clothes. Go to Twitter at Tariq Nasheed. Instagram at Tariq Elite.
That's excellent. Bobby.
Go to realmendon'tplay.com. That's my site.
That's a pimping.
That's news.
I'm going to beat your ass.
.com.
I love that.
That's news you can use. You can reach me on Twitter at Glanton-Smith. And my email is Bobby at Real Men Don't Play. Now everybody was talking and it threw me off, man. But I'm just that brother, you know. I'm just that brother.
Yes, and then my homeboy, y'all gotta go support this brother, man. I appreciate this dude for coming out. He's a good dude. Hey, I everybody knows at the beginning of the show I do the community empowerment thing because it's really about the economics of our culture. If we can band together, support each other's products, then we can take money off the table when we're trying to intimately relate to one another. So with that said, WeJuice.com. Talk to me, man.
That's good stuff, too.
WeJuice, OUI, juice.com. I have 6-packs. I have new programs. I have a new website going up.
He makes all this shit by hand.
At the house. All these things for my clients, for personal trainer clients, for just any type of personal body improvement.
He in shape, too.
From your immunity, from your detox, from recovery, from another recovery drink to detox. Well, I have different flavors, different juices. I have every color of the rainbow for juices.
Too. He looked like he finna go fight crime.
It's clear, healing your body from the inside out. That's
There
what
it
it's
is.
about. We
There it
juice.
is. I
It's for
appreciate it.
everybody. We.
It's good too.
There it is. I appreciate it. And normally that's at the beginning of the show, because every week, if you know somebody with a business, get at me. 2319zo1@gmail.com. I'll promote your shit on this show because I want people to participate and build up our community financially. DT, where can they find me?
Linda Gross, themensadvocate.com. That would be themensadvocate.com. You can find my book, The Caveman Formula, on Amazon. My Twitter is DT4M, which is short for Dating Tips for Men. And if you mention the Zoe Show, you're going to get 15 minutes of free coaching from me.
Wow! I'll be calling you today for mine. Now, Brandi Magee, always wonderful to have you. You handled yourself admirably.
Thank you very much. I'm used to being under attack.
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Brandi Magee, BrandiMagee, and Instagram at Princess Wildflower.
Actress, producer. I saw your work. You're producing something on your own, right? A short, right?
Yeah, I finished that one already, and I'm actually working on a screenplay of an historical event that happened in my hometown back in Hamlet, North Carolina.
Excellent.
That is
excellent.
Big OSHA.
Excellent.
Film.
Corey Holcomb?
Yeah. So you can check out my movie I'm coming out with. I put together and everything. It's called 12 Years of Side Bitch. Story about a bitch who hung in there with a motherfucker. They got powerful scenes when the actress like, you said you was gonna be free. powerful movie for you side bitches out there, white.
Let's go play right after Scandal.
God damn!
And
oh shit!
Everybody who know me, man, y'all know I'm silly. I hate when people take me seriously.
God damn!
After the show is over, I hope Brandi still got love
Corey,
for me.
come on, you know I got love for you. I said that before, and everybody attacked on me.
Yeah, 12 years of side
Your
bitch.
forehead done relax.
All right, so
anyway, Twitter.
It does. Okay,
on my Twitter, all I do is say stupid shit like this. That's the Corey Holcomb on Twitter. The Corey Holcomb. TheCoreyHolcomb. That's what I do. All right.
So Zoe Williams at Zoe Williams Twitter, Zoser Williams Instagram. Go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Purchase a copy of my book. I'll autograph it for you. T-shirts, whatever. Listen, we've got to keep building each other up. This conversation, like I said, it's funny, it's a little edgy, but at the end of the day, the intent
Just a little bit.
The intent is for us to have these kind of conversations. If Dr. Goulston can sit in here and be Whitey Locks and take that and still deliver jewels that we can apply to our relationship issues, we should be able to do that as a culture, as a community.
I think it's not a coincidence that his
important.
name is Goulston. Like, he's in here with us, like, Gould, like, fuck it, that was a joke.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, so let me do this. IamZoeWilliams.com. Follow us there. Participate in everything that we're trying to do. And Jeff has a question to ask on our way out. What is the question?
Is Willie Lynch teaching his bottom bitch, the black woman, how to make the black man into her bottom bitch?
Damn. I thought the conversation was, we got to leave on that note. Hey, we'll leave that to the people who watch the show at the end. Hey, answer the question. I appreciate everybody. We'll be back here next Tuesday with another heater. So What Morning Show. We're out. Deuces.